guys? This is Beto Chingon, and tonight I'm making a video for my son-in-law. His name is Felipe. Felipe, this video is for you, okay? We need 2 inverters for you, okay? And they're gonna be working in parallel, the same as these units here. And these units can work 24/7 without any problems, okay? Each inverter is gonna need the cabling coming from the solar panels, okay? Each inverter is also gonna need 12 solar panels each. And each inverter is gonna need a breaker like this, okay? Each inverter is gonna need one. It's a breaker coming, the power is coming from the solar panels. We need to have an inverter like this, okay? There's one inverter for each one, okay? And also, each one of the inverters is gonna need a breaker, okay? That is gonna go to the battery power. This is a breaker switch, okay? We're gonna need something similar to this or something better than this, okay? And also, we're gonna need a breaker panel for the power that is gonna be going to the load. In this case will be your welder and your compressor and probably your air conditioning and some other stuff that you're gonna be using, okay? That will give us enough. That's a 100 amp breaker box. And it's an outdoor box, so it's good. It's good for what we need, okay? The other thing that we're gonna need is we're gonna need a disconnect switch for the batteries. You're not gonna have all this mess. This mess is because we've been doing a lot of testing and stuff. So you're gonna have a disconnect switch like this. You're only gonna need one. The ones that you're gonna need 2 are the breakers for the solar panels and the breakers for the power for the inverters. Okay, these are going to the batteries, okay? And the other breakers are gonna be for the load, and those are gonna be inside the breaker box, okay? Those are gonna be inside the breaker boxes, and depends on what we need. But I can always send you a text with what we need, you know, breaker sizes and stuff like that. I mean, the connectors, we're gonna need connectors. We're gonna need connectors for the solar panels, but that's when we do the installation and brackets and stuff like that for the solar panels. But the connectors are those MC4 connectors. It's real simple, it's not complicated. We order those connectors, it's real easy to do the connections. But the main thing will be the installation, depends where you're doing it. If you're doing it at your shop or if you're doing it somewhere else, that's where we're gonna need you know, like in some cases might be straps, in some cases might be some brackets, or in some cases depends, you know, if you make a metal framing, you know, then we'll need different things to do the installation. Depends if you're doing it on a roof or if you're doing it, like I said, on a metal structure. These units here, they connect to Wi-Fi, okay? They connect to Wi-Fi. If you don't have internet in the area, well, you're not gonna be able to use the Wi-Fi benefits out of these units. I mean, you can always use the hotspot from your phone and things like that, but you're not gonna be able to monitor from the distance. But I'm sure after you're done from work, you know, you're not gonna need the units on. You can always get there in the morning and turn them on again, you know, because it's gonna be at your shop, you know. So it's not like a house where you actually need these units working 24/7. But it's good to have the batteries, not that you need them, because during the daylight, if you have sunlight, you're gonna have plenty of power for work. But it's always good to have batteries in case of cloudy days, rainy days, you know, stuff like that. Or if you're actually working late at night, you know, that is not recommended, but sometimes it happens, you know. Then you have your battery power, and then you can keep working. So you don't have to worry about not having sunlight, okay? So that's mainly what you need, like I said. 2 inverters like this, they're 6,000 watts each, and they're working in parallel. It's a real easy connection. We run these little cables here, you know. We run these little cables here, these short cables, and these other little cables here, you know, and from one to the other, and that makes them work in parallel. We have to do a little bit of programming with a computer, just setting up the parameters and stuff like that. No big deal. It's real simple. And that's how you can have 12,000 watts. The 12,000 watts will give you enough to run your compressor and your welder. And like I was telling you, we can use 24 panels, 24 solar panels, but we might be able to get away to do it with 12. I mean, the perfect thing will be 24 panels. 24 panels, and the kind of panels that I'm gonna mention to you, you know, and show you the brand and how many watts they have and everything. But for now, I'm just giving you a rough idea of what you're gonna need. Okay, and the batteries will be, like I said, 12 batteries. It'll be 12 of this type of batteries, you know, 12 of these batteries. That's what you're gonna be using, okay? And that will be your system. Well, it'll be a small system. like I was saying, you will need an enclosure for this. You can put them in a little room. You can put them in a little container. Okay. Whichever area you select, if it's gonna be an area where you're gonna be around, well, this is gonna get hot, so you're gonna need probably an air conditioning in that area. Or if you put them in a small container, you're still gonna need an air conditioning to lower the temperature of that container. It's always good if you put it in like in a small container, small enclosure. You know, it's always good if that container is painted white. Don't do the dark colors because that increases the temperature more in this area. You already know that. Okay. So, but if you see that the temperature gets too high, then you do need to set up like a little mini split or something like that, air conditioning. That way we can keep them at a decent temperature. Right now I don't have one here. I only have a fan, actually 2 fans, but I'm gonna be putting a mini split in this area because it gets hot. I always have to open the door and things like that. But that's the power that you're gonna be getting out of these units is almost incredible. Because 12,000 watts is enough to run a small house. But for what you need, it's perfect. You don't need more than that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, please subscribe. We need more subscribers to keep uploading these type of videos. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.